Sorry, I got confused. Okay. Now your show time. You can finish by 40.
So we'll have this session free flowing because again, this workshop is basically to help other TAs to deal with apprentice student questions about Git and GitHub. So let's start off something very basic and let's do some scenarios. And we'll also let you come join to a repository. Anyone's free to join as well. Git and GitHub, you already know Git is a version control, and GitHub just provides that version control in the cloud and acts like, you can say just like a OneDrive or Dropbox, but this is more for code. So the first thing we do usually is we clone a repository with the git clone command. And usually this would grab the most updated snapshot or branch, which is the master branch, let's say, in the repository. But again, thing to note is you get the most updated just only when you cloned it. So let's say after 10 minutes has passed, someone updated the GitHub repository, you no longer have the most updated one, okay? And the next basic step you need to do usually after you clone the repository is you create your own branch. Why? You don't want people messing with the master branch. So master branch is like your single, let's say single source of truth, right? If you break it, there's nothing left. Unlike in your branch, if you break something in your branch, your master is still fine. Your master copy is still fine, okay? Branches, what do they look like? So if you go to your GitHub, let's say you're in a repository and you go to Insights and Networks, you would see this line. Usually this black line denotes the master branch. And then if you create a new branch, it goes like this. And then if this gets merged to the master branch, there will be an arrow pointing going back to the master branch. This one is kind of weird that the user cloned, but it was not linked to the master branch. Okay. Can you answer why does it happen from time to time?
I don't know.
Even he doesn't know. Even
you know what I think about what he like the master, right? So if they clone at that moment, what gonna happen? Probably that happen.
so yeah, so now one of the scenarios that we encountered was something like this, but what, oh, that's correct, it's the same example. No master branch. Now this acts like master branch, right? So a workaround for that, which I'll tell later, but I'll tell now is, let's say, oh, I want a master branch. You can easily create a git checkout -b master, just to recreate that master branch. And technically, if you lost your master branch, you would want to get your new master branch from the, let's say, most updated or working branch, right? Or stable branch, whatever. That's just a workaround.
What they deleted the master branch?
By mistake. I don't even know how it was that possible because as beginners, we don't really know how to delete branches. So
They don't know who did that.
it's just gone. And then we look at the repository, it's gone. Magic. Yeah, but we did fix that by creating a new master branch. So
Can you go to the branch slide?
look,
Still data is a branch because of that you create the master, you move there. Am I correct?
what again?
They lost the master. The base does not mean that they lost the data in this case.
They didn't lose everything because they have their own branches as well.
Right. Because of that, by using some of them, you can make.
But they lost the master branch.
Yeah.
The data in the master branch. Because
What's the blue one?
it's just another branch. It's just to differentiate.
Somebody's branch. Here is how many master.
You know what? Maybe the blue line is representing the fork. So,
Yeah, I think it was forked from master branch, and then master branch got deleted.
no, I mean your fork is.
Oh. So they copied, instead of cloning, they copied the repository. How did they even know that? We didn't teach them.
Because they don't know whatever they want to do that.
Okay.
So just now I found out several teams have no master branch. For example, team F, team A.
I think I was researching on that. I think moving on, when we create repositories, I think we need to put at least one file or there will be no master branch. I couldn't confirm that much, That's why I think
That's possible.
that's possible. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
again, this is totally fine for the first project, first week. It's fine. And moving on, I'll check the other repositories and how do you guys check that? It should include at least one file to generate a master branch.
Would you explain why we are doing that to the other people who are not in the dev class generally? One more time. Why we are doing this one? Why we are using this one?
Oh, again, Git and GitHub is for version control. So that, let's say, I have my changes, you have my changes. Instead of like merging them right away, like when we do Google Docs, we would have a mechanism to check if there's conflicts, check if we want to merge or overwrite something, and not immediately. Okay? So
means Giano and you are using version control.
Yeah.
Please use that. You know, it's very
yeah, it's okay. Let them worry about it and then we'll explain more.
So I mean,
These are still your opponent.
we already cloned the references.
If you don't know that nowadays, when you're in
On the master
a
branch.
review,
You'll get the updated, the current, the most updated master branch. So let's say, for example, this is master branch, and you clone, you'll get this.
And then if there's some update on the file.
Oh, let's say if there's some update, and let's say it goes here, and let's say your branch is here, you do a git pull origin master, so that this goes here. Okay, again. So let's say it started from here, okay, and then you branch, okay. You started working here, but the master branch was updated by someone else. Comes to here, it's more updated. So if you git pull, your dot will go here in line. Git pull origin
What
master.
if we forgot to git pull and then
It's fine.
we do like else now?
It's fine.
Can we push?
You can still push it. Again, one of the ways why we do Git and GitHub is, let's say we have a application, and let's say Tuan, can you work on this button? There's a bug, and let's say Sam, can you work on this input form that's not related to the button, and just create a new feature. So you guys can create non-dependent features or a bug fixing. Yep.
So git pull won't, for example, delete your own file on your own
It-
bench.
What if, let's say, the readme.md is deleted? And you git pull. Yep.
You update on
And then we'll talk more about that later. But again, the good scenario that was given is why didn't they have master branch is because I created the repository. Some of them I forgot. When I created the repository, there's no single file, and then there's no master branch. Okay. This is just a visualization. Basically, this denotes the current, pulls the head, and these are, let's say, versions or commits. So further on, we'll teach you more advanced stuff. To, let's say, I want to go to a previous version, and there's like git reset head and tilde 1, 2, 3, whatever. And let's say that for future presentation. What happens when you edit it in your local machine? So you type and type. First thing, you git clone. You created your own branch. And now let's say you want to change the readme.md because it sounds, the writing sounds silly, right? So once you start modifying it and you hit save, it becomes, actually if you create a new file, it becomes untracked. Okay. And then now if you do a git add, this is untracked, you create a new file. Then when you modify it goes here, and then if you git add it goes here. Okay, don't get confused. I'll bring up more pictures. It will make sense more. Again, before I just, try to compress it. But basically, when you first enter the git code and then you created your branch, you're in your working directory. And once you, let's say, made some changes or created a new file and you hit git add, it puts that files to a staging area. And then when you do a git commit, it updates your repository. So here, when it talks about repository, it talks about your local repository. Okay? So before I was just making them, oh, if you git add git commit, that's just staging whatever. So it won't confuse them, because if you start saying you have repository in your local machine and a repository out there, I feel like they're going to be super confused right away. So again, git clone, create a new branch, and then you edit your file, created your file. When you hit git add, it goes to staging area. If you git commit, it updates your local repository. And then if you git push origin your branch name, it will update the remote repository, which is remote is up there in the cloud. So, and again, same thing. You start with your working, and then you add staging area. So what happens when you commit, even though you don't push? You go back to this state. You go back to the working directory state. Okay, so what could happen? I can, like, let's say, module 1, create this bash scripting file. When I'm done, I can just git add that file, git commit message, and then start working again. Module 2 bash script, and then git add that file and git commit another message. So you can do git add commit, add commit, add commit, and then that would update your local repository. And if you're done, you can just do one git push origin your branch, and then it sends all those commits.
So when we clone a repository, will that person have all the access to all the branches?
No, it just gets a master branch.
I mean, if one team can have access to other branches.
If they clone from a branch, let's say when I go to GitHub, and then let's say instead of saying master, I take that to, let's say, Tuan, and I git clone, I will clone your repository, version of your repository.
You can pull from other branches.
Yeah.
Pull origin from branches. You're able to pull from other.
You can pull, but again, when you git clone, you just get the master branch.
So you're pulling from the online repository, the online branch.
Yep.
You have specified it, but you're able to pull origin.
So would you repeat those discussion?
Yeah, so basically the question was, what if, is it possible to have other people's branch and you get them? But he was asking first git clone. So when you git clone, automatically you get the branch from master, except if in GitHub, you change, there's going to be a drop-down box, change it to, let's say, Tuan, and you git clone, you'll get his version of the branch. And now we continue the discussion. So is it possible to get other people's branch? Yes. So let's say you have the repository clone in your local machine. The next thing you do is, let's say, git pull origin Kevin Wang. You'll get his branch as well.
It's not quite right.
Yep.
But it is easy to work on your own branch yourself. You maybe fix the bug, add a feature, whatever. It's not a
Yeah.
good idea.
So yeah. So more on the best practice. Again, we try to maintain as much as possible one branch, right? But usually, like when you're working out there, your branch has sometimes a short lifespan. Let's say fix bugs, create a branch to fix bugs, and then you're done fixing bugs, merge, delete that branch. Yep.
You cannot really mess it up because we are not control pulling, we are control push. You pulling other people's branch and you try to push it back, it will reject it. Yeah. You have to copyright.
And then there's another visualization because people see other stuff differently. Again, once you start to git clone, create your own branch, it looks like this. Your file directory, your files, and git add goes to the staging file, and you made some modifications of process.hs, and now you git commit, and now your repository is updated, and it still is part of Git. It's still not part of Git. Okay. Working, you edit, add, goes to staging, commit, refill. Okay, you had like 5 images already. It should be really clear. Okay, let's see. Okay, So some tips, because a lot of people created their own repository. You might be wondering, I used to do Git in it. Yes, you do it if you are not cloning from a repository. But in this case, when we cloned a repository, you already got that kind of link and everything set up, like the version and everything. So you don't need to reinitialize that clone repository, okay? And again, you either create new files or modify existing files. And then after that, you should do a Git status to check what's happening. If you did edit something or you did modify something, it helps you. So whenever you're lost, Git status right away. An example with that would be, let's say someone is just focused on this first half. Let's say you Git clone, created your own branch, and you have these two files, and you edit, and you hit save on that file, and then you Git status, you'd see this beautiful green color, and it says you modified it. Okay? And on merge paths, next time. Okay. Next thing is, what if you modified this file? You work a lot, and oh shit, I didn't. Sorry for the word. Let's say you did not really fix the bug. You did not really add the feature. You just messed up all the index.html. And instead of hitting undo, you can just go git checkout, filing, and it reverts that status to before committing. If you commit that, it saves the changes in the Git repository. Okay, there's a difference in saving the file and doing a Git commit that saves that version in the repository. Okay, so undo it. If you commit it, there is. You would have to do some Git reset head, and you would see a bunch of different commits, meaning different versions, and then now you can go to that version and basically reset. Yeah.
This reset, you have to go back to the code. I mean, for the one commit, you can do multiple files. Use checkout, you can just put back one file. When you use reset, go back for commit.
Okay. So one thing to note that is we're teaching students to Git space add space the file name. It's actually a best practice as well. But if it's like minor stuff, let's say you did a README, you did another README, and there's really small things that you did, and you just want to add everything, this dot notation means everything. And for small projects, okay. For big projects and out there, totally not okay, because the maintainers would like, so what's this? It's like, how can they track what's happening with all other files? Okay. After the staging file, you should commit to your local repository. It's git space commit -m. -m is just message. This is required. And then you put any message on the single code. And usually you would have, the best practice is you put it in the present tense. Add, let's say, readme.md, fix bugs on button. Why is it present tense? Because you fix it, but the maintainer has to check yet if he wants it or is it good. So it's not, the master branch is not yet fixed technically, right? After your local repository is updated, you are back to your working directory, which we checked with the picture already. So git add, git commit, it goes back to your state in the working directory. And now you can push to your remote repository. In this example, GitHub, and there's a lot like GitLab and other code commit. And yep.
So if I'm doing push that, by mistake, I gave a wrong page name.
You
That's a
can't.
human mistake.
You can't do that.
Because I want one page name. If I have several page name, I've made a mistake. How can I detect it? No.
Is it,
that's meant to be
would it restrict you to be, you have to be on your same branch? No. Okay, so let's say Sam is so good, he was working on 2 branches, one to fix this bug, another to fix the error. And then while he was fixing a bug, he accidentally do a git push origin fix errors, the second one. If he did not do any changes, nothing happens on the GitHub, on the fix errors. But let's say he did some changes in git errors branch, and he did some changes in fix bugs branch, and then both of them were committed. Let's say he going back to the git fix bugs, and then instead of doing git push origin fix bugs, he did git push origin fix errors. This will be the one that gets pushed. But again, you don't really have to worry so much if you pushed wrong, because again, the repository maintainers could just close the pull request and reject your changes. Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Okay. Oh yeah, if it's master branch. Yep. And usually when we create our own repositories as well, one thing to note, if we create a new branch and we did our own pull requests and we just merge it on our own, that's so possible. That's why we are putting controls. Let's say it requires one reviewer, which is not you. So what happens is you do this add, commit, push, and then created a pull request, and that's it. The other person in the repository or the admin is the only one who can merge it, right? But again, because we don't really have a lot of manpower to do that for the individual students' GitHub, we just let them experiment, or else it's like gonna be like a lot of notifications for us.
So right now, each student has the permission to merge.
So right now, in the Apprenti Amazon 2019, they don't have permission to merge, only us. But in their own team project repositories, we didn't put the additional review or that restriction. Okay. I think she emailed me. I commented on her wrong file and also closed the pull request with a comment as well. But she did email me back. Maybe she corrected. I haven't checked yet. And then people are wondering what are merge conflicts. So basically, you would see this on either your IDE or your local repository, or you can also see this when you're doing a pull request in the GitHub. So basically, when you see green, it means it's adding something, code lines, and it's good, no conflicts. But it doesn't really mean that it doesn't mean that the code would not read. It just means that it's not conflicting with the code line. That's it. And when you see a red one, it means like, oh, someone has the same, let's say line 15, and you change something in line 15 as well, and that becomes red. And what happens, the UI of your IDE or GitHub will put something like this. It will, instead of line 15, it will add another line. And say this was from Ahmed, and this was from Tyson. Now, it will show this like less than head, and greater than red head is featured one. And it could be, that will show like this. And if you're the maintainer or in your local repository, an easy fix would be, okay, this is wrong, this is right. Backspace, remove this as well, and remove this as well. And just retain this line. And merge conflict, gone. Good.
Remove one line.
So basically what's happening here, someone was trying to edit the code in the same code line. So the UI would show that in 2 lines. Yeah. Okay? And now to quickly fix a merge conflict is you just have to choose one or the other or both. So if I want to have this exact message, because I know that's right, and this is wrong, I would just delete this with backspace. Like type in backspace, remove this, remove everything, and make sure this is the only line that's retained. Just leave that line, or you can even delete all of them. Okay, and that resolves your merge conflicts. So if you're like, I don't really know what to do, just delete everything. and good luck to your life. Okay, so we're almost in the demo or Q&A. Workarounds, we talked about that. Missing master branch, because we forgot to create a file when we created the repository. A quick workaround would be just create master branch. Accidentally updated master repository. Quick fix is to find older pull requests and commits and just try to recreate the files, because it will still show in the GitHub. And advanced steps, again, would be, I don't know, because I've never really done a accidental much deletion in master. So the git reset, whatever, would help. And if your project is still super small, try to just grab the files from your local and just recreate the repository. That's what I do if it's so small. Not worth my time. And I totally messed up my local repository. So let's say you git clone, created your own branch, and then, oh no, it's like you messed like directories, file names, and everything, and you don't even know how to revert back. Easy fix. Delete that project repository on your branch, git clone. Again, that's assuming that you don't have a lot of rework, okay? And if you do have a lot of rework, let's say, but I have like 3 files that are super long that I know that it's correct, that I've worked from it, but the other ones I messed up, and it would cause a lot of merge conflicts. So another quick around advice is those 3 files that you think was correct, just move them out of that project folder, and then delete that project folder, git clone, create your own branch, move those 3 files back to the new project repository, okay? And then, so everyone, please go to this git at github.com, whatever. This is our testing grounds. Let's see what we want to simulate. I'll also check if it has a readme.md. Oh, HTTP, yeah, sorry. Well. So HTTPS would be just changing this one to let me know if everyone's you can go ahead and clone it. So first step for me is clone the repository, make changes to any of the readme.md, and let's make conflicts, and let's see how it looks like. One thing to note is your machine should have Git installed. And yeah, let's see. Do we want to simulate with the review or no? What are they saying? Oh yeah, sorry. So for the apprentice TAs, you're already included as a collaborator, so you should be fine. For the other people that wants to join, feel free to give me your username by emailing me and just saying I want to do this. So right now I can see you guys should be here, and Taisu, if you're also joining, you can give me your GitHub ID. I think it's pending. Oh, you did not still accept, I think. I can try to, how do I resend this? Edit invitation. Yeah, team 0. I'll try to re-invite Kevin A because you're not. You did not accept the invite to the TA. Okay, add to you, and let me re-invite Taizu as well. So let me cancel you first. See if that pops up. Cancel invitation, and then invite you again. What's your GitHub username again? 13? Capital T? Nope. Carat U? Carrot? Cut out the. Okay. Check again your email if it pops out. Question? Yep. Do you want to come in? Okay, give me your GitHub ID. Did you send an email? What? I can't hear you. Okay. You didn't receive? Weird. Let me see if I can just add you to the repository. Collaborators. Okay, let's try it here. Add collaborator. Let's see. TYS13. TYS13. Add collaborator. Okay. Let's see. Vinet. Okay, I think that was better. Vinet. I did send again. Yeah. This one, like, instead of inviting you to the team, I invited you to the repository itself. So try to check where your GitHub account is linked to. What email? So I think, Sam, I don't have your GitHub ID yet.
Okay, go, keep going.
Okay, because a while ago, I think you were checking the GitHub. So right now, it looks like this.
I think Kevin Chan created the branch, his own branch from master. And as you can see, the best practice is you create a branch and merge master.
And I'll try making some changes, and let's see some merge conflicts. Now, where did I put that repository? Let's see. No, it's not. I'll just create a new one. CD Linux team 0. Yeah, and let's make conflicts. Yes. readme.md. No. So for now, let's see. I'll do my own pull requests.
That is the process that I showed.
Oh, okay. Create pull requests. Okay, so because Kevin Wang did some changes, and then I also did some changes in the readme.md, and instead of having this green or red, it's grayed out. And then what I can do is resolve conflicts because we don't want conflicts. So it's like, oh, you can just say I hate Kevin and just delete everything from him. I don't really like him. And mark as resolved, commit merge. Yeah. What email did you use? Can you check in your GitHub account what email you use? Oh. Did I accidentally put it to spam maybe, or?
Like I see the invite in my
Oh, you see the invite.
but I can't open it. It says from.
A question? Okay, sure. Did you give me your GitHub ID?
Victor, capital H.
Wait. Victor, capital V?
Capital B. And capital H.
H.
1, 2.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2.
Okay. Let's see.
I'll cancel it.
So let's see what's happening here. So let's say Kevin Chen and Kevin Tuan. Kevin Tuan, no, sorry. Kevin Chen and Tuan. You can try to do a bitful origin master just to mess up your repository and see what happens. Oh, really? So let me see what's happening in yours. Yeah, so we can go ahead and open the map. So just as it will be the same try to I can see is the rotation working? Oh, wait, yeah.
Will you check whether the file
Should be.
I don't see the pull request button. See, I have like the something wrong. I have this one. Either.
Okay, let me check. Can you also help Taisu? Because I re-invited her and she keeps getting the same 404.
404.
Is it? Yeah, it's so weird. Let's see. Well, I do see your branch here. And you're also, I mean, let me try if the permission. Oh, sorry. You guys were just on read, and now you're on maintain. You should be able to do everything. It's to maintain for now. Actually, just write should be fine.
Amazon the 2019 order still does have just read.
No, they have right. So I'll just show you. So this is Apprenti. We go settings, collaborators, and you would see they have right, but we have admin. And then what we done was, instead of letting them merge automatically, a quick way was to create a new rule. And then we just put master. This is just a name. And then we did require pull request review before merging. Require review for code owners. And then you can change like 2 persons should approve it or 1. And this is already here, so I'm not gonna do that again. Basically, that's it. Okay. Okay. So let's say you're on a repository, go to Insights, and then on the left side, you see Network. And actually, for the Apprenti repository, it looks beautiful. It's like a racetrack. Ta-da! It's like, refresh. Let me try to add you as a collaborator instead of in the team. Let's see if that updates. Okay. And then while we're waiting for somebody, other people, I'll do some things for to train you guys. So let's start with one. I want you to go to Amazon Apprenti. So this is just for you guys to maintain it, because this is just a file dump for them. Again, the first thing we want is, are they in their correct folder? If that's the case, just merge it. You don't need to check if it's correct or not for now, unless we have the change on policy. So I won't be doing it, but I will be just navigating so that they can see. So can you go for this one, TESOL K? Open that. You should have the rights to access that. And then I want you to click this commit message so that it pops out. And first thing that we have to review is it in CS120? Is it in their first name, last name folder? And then if they have, sometimes they incorrectly put this module folder name. For now, it doesn't matter. The important part is it's in their name so that it won't conflict to another folder. And we have to be careful because if they're doing a lot of file commits, sometimes when I browse down, you would see the other file is in CS120 only. And then one thing to note about that is you can't choose files that I accept this file and reject this file. No. So if something is wrong, just reject it. And then, no. And what you can do is, let's say, you can either comment here if you want to comment on the code if it's correct or incorrect. And aside from that is I can do a merge pull request. And when I hit that, use your administrator privilege to merge this pull request. And when you confirm the merge, did you do it? Okay. And then if they have something wrong, please leave a comment that's saying, oh, this should be in this directory. And then just hit this close pull request, and it will store that with a comment, like this one, close and comment. And don't forget to use the markdown, the backtick, and close with the backtick. It helps them differentiate. So let's say your file should be in backtick, CS120 / Clark NGO backtick. That's a markdown. So it would look something like, let's see. I'll show some of the closed but rejected pull requests. Let's see, this one. You would see that red stuff. And then this is the backtick markdown. Hit back if you need to go back. Like when I click this, I actually don't know as well how do I go back. There's no button, so I just hit back on my browser. And then can you try to accept this because we reviewed already? Keys OK. Amazon Apprentice. Oh, okay. And for Kevin Chen, can you check this in Amazon Apprentice 2019? I just want to check if you have rights as well. Yeah, Chris Haley. And then module 9. Browse down. Okay. And then now you can now hit merge pull request. And then use your administrator privilege to merge this pull request and confirm merge. And if you've done that, okay, that's good. So yeah. And yep. Uh-huh. Okay, refresh. Okay, how about Happy what? I want you to try this as well, because you're. Oh, okay. How about you, Taisu? Okay, so we can go back for the Linux Team G for now, and let's see what happened there. Team 0, sorry. Team G. Not really, because if they like, oh, where's my file? I was like, that's why we have GitHub. I mean, that's why you learn now with the small scale, right? Because also in the real world, there's also a big fear for developers when they accidentally change some things in the production when they shouldn't, and then they would cry, because that's a big mistake. Evolution. So here's what I'll do for those Kevin B and Tuan first. Let's simulate this scenario. I'm creating a file. It should be in my branch. Let me double check. Okay, and I will merge this to master. After I merge, I want you to try pulling, and if you get this index.html file. Okay, let me do this first. So I git add, index, git commit, and add HTML file, git push, origin my branch, and I should rejected because I need to git pull first. And I also have someone change the readme. Fine, whatever. Yeah, it's okay, let me do a pull request first. Oh, it's 6? Oh, shit. Okay, let's continue this next time. You can try the git pull request. Git pull origin master. And just check if you get my index.html. And then let's just continue.
Now you have to start with people that.
Yeah, that's why I said, yeah, we have to go. Okay, let's continue this next week. Thank you.
Yes.